If you're looking to get the most out of your cold email automation in 2024 going into 2025, you've come to the right place. So if you don't know by now, this channel is all about transparency and my journey through creating an agency and using Go High Level, whether that's creating different automations, workflows, whatever it may be. This is all part of it. And to date, this is the best automation that I have found. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is a blank, canvas, blank automation that I have right here in front of you. But I'm going to go ahead and click over here, just give you a little peek of what this is going to look like in the end. Now, forewarning, before I show you this, you're going to say, whoa, this is a lot. This is super complicated. At least it looks that way. But I'm going to do my best to break it down and really make it as easy as possible on you. So let's go over to it. So this is what it looks like. Let me get my glitchy face out of the way here. As you can see, it just keeps going and it just looks awful. Awful in the best kind of way though. So let me get into what exactly this is and why you really don't need to worry about anything beyond, oh gosh, maybe this point right here. So again, we're going to start from scratch here. Blank canvas. So the first thing you're going to want to do, if you don't have Go High Level already, then you probably wouldn't be watching this video, but you're going to need some sort of trigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to do contact created. Here we go. So once we do contact created, we're going to do add some sort of filters. So what I did was I wanted to add all my contacts that I put a specific tag on. So what I did is I used this tool called Outscraper. I'll link it below if you want to check it out. It's probably the most most budget-friendly tool I've found. Meaning that, at least all these softwares have a monthly payment, but I literally paid, I think it was $97, and I get a $25 credit every month to get more and more leads, and I get about 1,800 every month. So it's, like I said, best bang for the buck, but besides that, I'll leave that in the link below. We're going to do has a tag on here. So I went ahead and added tags to all my leads that I had uploaded from Outscraper. We're going to do right here, Outscraper handyman lead. And I want to make my face small because this thing is really glitchy, but try to do your best to ignore that. So next thing we're going to want to do is, so say you use this Outscraper tool like I did, and you get 1,800 leads that you want to put into an automation. Well, are you going to want to try to send out 1,800 emails at once? No. Why? Because one, your email probably isn't warmed up. Two, you're probably just going to end up in spam if that is the case. So what I did is create a drip action. So what you can do, this is super straightforward, but I can just do, oh gosh, let's say 10, batch size 10, drip interval every 1 hour, right? So, and I can go into my settings here and I can have this automation run from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., standard work day. And even outside of that, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be getting emails, whether it's 10 at night or 3 in the morning, whatever it may be. Just during work hours is fine. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The next thing we're going to want to do is obviously send the contact an email. Now I'm not going to get into typing out an email. It's really whatever niche you have. For example, this one I have in the other automation is for handyman. Tailor your email towards handyman. I'm not going to walk through that with you. You can just put whatever you want in here. Name it whatever you want. From email, whatever email you want it to send from. Super, super straightforward. So I'm just going to go ahead here and click Save Action if it lets me. So I had to go in and put a subject line, but other than that, I can go on to the next step. So now what we're going to do is add a wait step. So chances are you're going to have more than just this one email in the automation. So you're going to go ahead and add wait. And what you typically see if you've watched videos like this in the past, or even mine in the past, you're going to see what to wait for as a time delay. But also if you watch my other videos, and I'll highlight my trigger links video, but what you're going to want to do here is not wait on a time. You're going to want to wait for trigger links to be clicked. So in my email here, I'll go over and show you. This is the first email I send out. Right here is a trigger link. So what this does, this will send you to my calendar. And so essentially I will know whenever somebody clicks this link, as they will get thrown into a new automation which I have triggered for when they click this trigger link. And also there's another one here, but this one just takes you to my website. And the reason I have this as two different trigger links is because, well, okay, if somebody clicked on my website, that's one thing. I want to be able to keep track of how many people did that. But more importantly, I want to keep track of who is it that actually clicked to look at my calendar to book a call with me. So that is where this automation is going to get interesting and maybe different from what you've seen on YouTube if you've watched other videos like this. I haven't looked too hard, but I have not seen any videos like this out there, so I really just want to make this for you today. But what we're going to do is trigger link click. Now back to our automation that we're creating. Trigger link clicked. So as you can see here are all the trigger links I have set up. It's super easy to do. I believe all you do is just go to the marketing tab and then go to trigger links and then click where you want this link to direct. So what we're going to do, since I'm basing this off of the automation that I already created, and I mentioned I had two trigger links in there, those two trigger links are the email link, handyman here, and then my demo calendar. So both of those trigger links, I want it to wait on both of those being clicked. And we can do, let's see here, we can do a timeout. We're going to say 2 days. So if they haven't clicked my trigger link within these 2 days, then we're going to go into the next step of the process, which is then to send out another email of some sort. If you liked today's video, please go ahead and leave a comment down below. That's the whole reason I have this channel, is to talk with people that are in the same boat as me. Whether you like or subscribe, it is what it is, but please let me know where you're at in your journey, and maybe we can hop on a call or message me on Instagram, and we'll go from there. But again, thanks for watching. From there, we're going to get into what is it we want to happen after they click the trigger link. So as you can see, once again, in our wait step, that they clicked either the handyman or the demo calendar link. And so what we're going to want to do is go under where it says trigger link clicked and hit the plus button. And then we're going to want to do what's called an if-else branch. So once we go ahead and add this, we're going to say, okay, well, what is it we want to happen when somebody clicks this trigger link? So in this case, I want somebody to book a call on my calendar. I don't want them to just click the link to see my calendar. I want them to book on the calendar. So we want to trigger some sort of action, because if they just click on the calendar and do not do anything from there, we're going to essentially just want to send them down with the rest of the people that didn't even click the link in the first place. Or what you could do is, if they click that link, you could send them something that's like, hey, I see that you clicked this link. I know that you may be interested, that sort of thing. I know we get those type of emails when you put your email in to get 10% off your first purchase of some website you go to. So it's maybe a little bit creepy, but you can go ahead and do that. It's what I did, so take that as you will. Anyways, we're going to go into this first branch here, and select contact details. Then we're going to go to last appointment at, or we're going to say is, and we're going to go down to in the next. And so how my demo calendar works is when somebody clicks on it, they can't book anything past, I think it's 3 weeks or 2 weeks into the future. So if you go to if you're a golfer and you go to make a tee time, you cannot book a tee time for next year, at least any of the courses that I've seen. So mine just goes out, I believe it's 21 days. So we're going to say if somebody has an appointment in the next 21 days, then from here, we're going to go ahead and add a branch below, just in case people do not select this and do not book an appointment. So we're going to go last appointment at, we're going to say is not, and I know you know exactly where this is going, but in the next 21 days. Okay, and again, you can adjust this to whatever you like, however far out you have your calendar going. I could just say a year, it really doesn't make a difference, but this is how long I have my calendar, the booking availability out to. So there's always going to be this none branch either, and I have spoken with the Go High Level support team literally 50 times so far, and they told me that you're just going to want to leave this as none because my brain, how it works is I thought initially, okay, well, if they don't do anything, that would fall under the none branch. No, that's not the case. You just want to put it under the false or the no branch and create that. So we're going to go ahead and save this action here. So again, this is where it gets a little bit ugly, but I promise, I hope you're following along. It's not as difficult as it may look. So from here, what we're going to want to do is, okay, if somebody books an appointment, well, the first thing we're going to want to do is what I did, is give you some kind of notification. So I believe there's an action called internal notification. Yep, send internal notification. So you can do this through email, you can do it through text, you can kind of do whatever you want. So we're just going to go ahead and select email here. We're going to do new customer. We're going to put that as the subject. Even though it's not a new customer, it's a potential new customer. So anyway, we're just going to go ahead and save that. Once you do that, really, that's about all you're going to want to do. But what I did is I added a tag. And the tag that I created is called lead responded. So we're just going to go ahead and it's going to send them over to this. So when I go to my dashboard, I can just go to the lead responded tag and see exactly who is in there. From here, we don't want anything more out of this automation. We don't want to send them any more emails from here. So what we're going to go do is go down to where this says remove from workflow. We're going to want to remove them from this current workflow. So I'm now going to go back over to the automation that I created and how it's just maybe a little bit different than this, but really it follows the same kind of guidelines. So as you can see, how mine is different here is under the not in the next 21 days, I remove them from the workflow, and if none of these are met, I remove them from this current workflow. And the reason I do that is because, like I mentioned, I have another automation that triggers once the person clicks the trigger link. So the last thing I want to happen is to send them some cold emails through this automation and then send a batch of another one through a different automation when essentially they're saying the same thing. I don't want to have them in two workflows at once because as soon as they click this, I want them out of this one and into the new one. I do not want them in multiple. So my camera quality sucks, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions about this automation or for whatever reason it's not working on your end, leave me a comment below.